compared to other systems here on the island and on the peninsula, you found all the time different entrances. And that's why some of the systems are huge, because you have that possibility to start exploration from there. Since we don't have that here, that became harder.
And one of the main goals early on was to try to find another opening to the surface so that German could then bring in local divers again and they could go to exploring again, but at a safer, in a safer way. One of my biggest concerns when we started this project, and well with any project, is safety. And so we had safety divers that their primary goal was to set up the safety and get things in place so that the push team didn't have to do all of that and were able to just concentrate on exploration.
The job of the support divers is very important. Pretty much our lives are depending on it, with them placing in the bottles and just being there for anything that we might need.
Although we're on rebreathers and we're actually consuming minimal amounts of gas, if the rebreather was to fail you, or if one of your bailout bottles were to fail you or something, we needed to have safety gas in place that we could retrieve easily and still make a safe exit out of the system. So we placed safety bottles at specific increments throughout the system, so that there was always a bottle within reach. Scuba tanks there on the island are used so much, and you know, every day. I mean, just thousands and thousands of tanks. But most of it's out in the open water, and you know, if you have a tank O-ring that leaks a little, it's not really a big deal. You know, but when you're a mile from air and your O-ring is leaking a little bit, that's your lifeblood trickling away, and so one of the first jobs every morning was to get the tanks out and inspect the O-rings and change probably 80% of them.
What O-rings, I think, would be the key word there. Pretty much as the standard rule, almost every tank that we had on the island had a bad O-ring, so it just pretty much became a standard rule of thumb that we got tanks from the shop of the day, and before we're going into the water, we're pulling out O-rings, putting in new ones.
I need an O-ring.